This is a great story. Did the star of Ted Lasso treat his ex like an a-ho?
What?
I don't know.
Can you say that?
I just did, Harris.
Hey.
Mind your own beeswax. Or was it a process server with a lot of nerve? Olivia Wilde was served custody papers by her ex, Jason Sudeikis, whatever, while she was on stage at CinemaCon. Not to be confused with CinemaCon, a festival of erotic films starring the French president. But apparently, at this forum, security allows people to approach celebrities, despite Will Smith still being on the loose. Wilde was handed a manila envelope, possibly from the Philippines. Read it, and then calmly went to the trailer of her new movie, Don't Worry, Darling. Well, you got something to worry about now, Toots. But at least it got some publicity for the flick. A source told Page Six that Sudeikis, whatever, had no idea that the papers would be delivered at the time, saying he would never condone her being served in such an inappropriate manner, which was followed by a second statement, wink, wink. Meanwhile, sources for Wilde said, I would like to remind you all that Olivia is now dating Harry Styles, which means she could potentially change her last name to Wilde Styles, which is also what they called me in high school. Wilde Styles. Jamie, you're an expert in this. Has this ever happened to you? Just get papers served while you're on stage doing, like, comedy?
No, this story's insane. Like,
yes, it is.
How did this possibly happen? I remember once being on stage, someone gave me a piece of paper and said something like, please stop. I don't even know what that means. Must have been for somebody else. But the whole thing feels like a publicity thing because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And Jason, I mean, I know him. By that, I mean, I've seen the show and he seems like such a nice guy. So I don't think he would do that. Look at Olivia Wilde. She's gorgeous, by the way. I would not kick her out of bed for eating crackers, even if crackers was the name of my cat.
Oh, my gosh, I want to get up.
You got about 2 more segments, Harris. Bear with us. You know, Harris.
Are you going to tell me to mind my own beeswax?
I thought she handled it remarkably well.
Yeah,
you know, there was
did.
no change in her facial expressions. She just, I mean, that's a true pro used to getting divorced.
All right. You know what? I don't like the fact that they could just walk up to stage again after what happened with Chris Rock.
Well, I don't care. I'm more
I don't
interested.
like it.
No, my thing is, it's such an antiquated process serving. It's like we're in the tech age. I mean, the idea that, like, somebody has to walk up to you and give it to you. Yeah. But I guess you have to have a receipt, right? Or you have to see.
Take a picture of her getting the text. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like a bad idea to have people accessing people on stage. But, I mean, seriously, you will never convince me that Sudeikis didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, I know that. This is the thing about, like, who do I go to on this one? Kat. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what goes on in a relationship, when the legal stuff gets involved, it's never good. It's like they didn't have to do that, but they did it anyway. What are your thoughts on this very sensitive matter?
I mean, like, I think she's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think she's dating Harry Styles, but who isn't?
Dating Harry Styles. Like, I hope that one day my ex can serve me papers for our child while I'm, like talking about my movie, like, on a stage. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
You would happily get divorced.
Most people are just, like, at Applebee's and they find you. Yeah. You know? Like, and not that there's anything wrong with Applebee's. I love Applebee's.
Their apps are to die for.
But, like,
some have.
Normally, imagine, like, I think this is the best way it could have happened.
Yes.
It's probably, like, a tough thing, but then you get all that attention.
But what about Otis and Daisy?
And then she gets to go cry like, oh, Harry Styles, I'm so upset about what happened to Harry Styles. And then he gets...
Wow, you did that well, but what about Otis and Daisy?
These are not... I can't feel bad for people who have these problems.
But there are children involved.
There are, but they're children with very rich parents.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just went through this, and when I saw this, it was sad to me.
Your wife did this to you?
He was at an Applebee's.
Like, divorce and children in custody. And the first thing I thought was, like, how do you guys not settle this at a coffee shop or something without... lawyers. It's just, I don't know. It was
Yeah,
like sad to me.
Also, you should be able to do it electronically because you can put like a
Yes.
thing on your Gmail where you can tell if the other person opened your email or
Exactly.
not.
Oh, really? I should get
Not
rid of
that I've ever
But
done
that's
that.
not how the law works. As the lawyer here, I'm going to play the notice process serving
Yes.
game. It is
That'll
very
be fun.
antiquated, but yeah, this is comedy. Let me tell you. But there are very, very specific requirements for notice, and they are not going to change because of the tech era. These are things that have been in place since like common law began in the 1800s.
Right.
It's real serious. It's not changing anytime soon. And let me tell you, Jamie, that's comedy.
You spit that number out.
That's good stuff.
You spit that number out like a President Biden.
Amazing.
18, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, it's interesting. I hope I never get served. Well,
Oh my goodness, where are we going here?
are these celebs unique or are they blood-sucking freaks? Yeah.